What's up, everybody? This is Harry Bernard Taylor, and I'm here, and I have my man Christopher Burton on the phone right now, and we're gonna go over a few things, and I'm gonna talk to him about the WWE and a potential sale of WWE. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to go over the things that's happening with AEW before AEW Beach Blast start tonight. So we just basically want to go over this the sale with WWE and what's happening here. Now yeah, okay. We just basically want to go over the sale. Okay. All right, Chris. Yeah. So Chris, man, we all know this thing with Tony Khan. I mean, not Tony Khan. Let's see, Nick Khan. You know, a lot of people out here have speculated that he might be kin to the Khans. We know that's not the case. No kin to the Khans. WWE. But from what I'm understanding, now Vince McMahon has let Nick Khan do what he wants to do in this company. Now, if you go back to some of the previous presidents, say go back to George Barrios, like I said, he was under Vince's thumb. So him and Miller, who I think Miller, they was president, vice president, or whatever. They was under Vince McMahon's thumb, man. But Nick Khan has been able to run rampant and do what he wants to do, get rid of people that he don't want and everything like that. And plus, he has negotiated a bunch of deals there, deals with Fox and other people out there. So everybody been saying for a while now that it looks like it's a potential sale going down, right? Yep. Now, Nick Khan said earlier in the week that it wasn't up for sale. Now, he said that a couple days ago. Now he said we're taking phone calls, so it's up for sale. So it's pretty interesting what's going on there, and I'm gonna tell you why I think it's up for sale, and Nick Khan is right in the midst of it. So with the sale coming down, I don't think Nick Khan is going to be out of it. Nick Khan will still be running WWE, but he has a partner who will be running it with him. So, man, I mean, this junk, it's pretty interesting. So let me ask you a question. How much do you know about Nick Khan, man? How much do you know about Nick Khan and his relationships with people in the WWE?
I don't know nothing about this guy, man. I don't know who he is, where he come from, or nothing, man. I don't know this guy.
Okay. Yeah. Chris said he don't know the guy, don't know where he come from, anything like that. But we know he has a relationship with Vince McMahon. Okay. But as far as working for Vince McMahon has let him do his own thing. But what I just found out is Nick Khan and The Rock grew up together. Best buddies.
Oh, wow.
Yes. That's his homie. Like, they've known each other longer than you and I have known each other.
Oh, wow. That's saying something. Man.
Yes. These jokers, man, they've been buddies, man, for a long time. Best buddies. Nick Khan just came out and said, they asked him about Rock, and they said, I heard you guys was friends. Yeah, Nick, we've been friends for a long time. Been friends since we was kids. He just happened to say that after all this time, they've been all the interviews and all this time they've been talking to Nick Khan and all that. Nick Khan just happened to mention out of nowhere, yeah, that's my homeboy. Like I said, yeah, we're down, man. We're like grits and eggs, man. We're like we're like butter and toast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Basically like grape and jelly.
Yeah, that's it. So I mean, we down, we down, we ride or die boys, Pretty much, man. He laid it out. We've known each other for a long time. So people been talking about how The Rock had something to do with NXT and how everything's changed with NXT. I didn't think so. At first I was like, no, he didn't do that. He's not doing that to Triple H, because everybody said this. The Rock doing this to Triple H? I'm like, no, Rock don't have anything to do with that. But now that I see NXT and how they done changed it, I'm like, man, NXT is Hollywood. Look at it. They don't, the way they done changed the colors and all that stuff, man. It's basically Hollywood, and they done brought in all these big guys. It's Hollywood over there, man. So I'm like, yeah. So Bombshell. So Nick has talked to Nick, and The Rock has been talking. Okay, The Rock, man. Yeah, The Rock, his relationship with Vince is stone cold. I mean, that thing, man, is in, that's set in gold, man. Those two, yeah, they love each other, man. And they said all this stuff happened. Nick Khan came in a month after The Rock bought WWE. No, not WWE. After The Rock bought the XFL.
Yeah, XFL, yeah.
Yeah, then Nick Khan shows up. Nick Khan shows up in the WWE. And they said, and The Rock, you remember, he didn't pay as much for the XFL as I thought he would. Remember Vince McMahon had like 200 million invested in this thing. I mean, no, wait a minute. It was more than that. I think it was like 2 billion, something like that. Him and his investors. But The Rock only paid 400 million for the thing. Okay. So the way they looking at it is Vince is stubborn. Vince, like, remember it failed before. Okay. They're saying Vince is looking for a way to get back into the XFL. Like I say, he's not done with the XFL. Okay. Yeah. So they saying once he gets all this money from the sale, Rock know all these people in Hollywood and got all these other investors. So he's setting up these investors along with Nick Khan, who also was an actor, and Nick Khan, who was already a producer in Hollywood. They're setting up this sale. They getting the other investors, and those two are going to buy the company, and they're going to give all this money to Vince, and then Vince is going to come back into the XFL. So they set it up to where Vince can come back into the XFL with him.
Wow.
Yes. So it is a whole bunch. It's,
so it's basically like a trade-off.
Yeah, it's a trade-off. And then, like I say, when Vince got all his money, he's back in the XFL, and and that he's got from the WWE, because Vince wants to go out and just instead of being with that everyday thing with this wrestling, the grind with the wrestling, he can sit back like Robert Kraft or somebody and have XFL going on and just watch football instead of dealing with this. But everything's been set up, man, up there in Connecticut. I mean, Titan Towers, boom, they done shut that thing down, and they building a new building with new offices and everything, and one small office for WWE. Everything else, they got offices where they're gonna rent other spaces, and in Titan Towers, there's only WWE.
Yeah, that's the whole building.
The whole building, yes, but this building is totally different, man. There's gonna be other things involved in it, and every executive up there, house is being sold. or is already sold. They moved everybody. So what does that tell you? It's flat. It's crazy right now, man. But Rock, the way it looks, man, that Rock has a lot to do with this thing right now. So I don't doubt it. Now that I found out, hey, we've been boys for a long time, man. That's my best friend. We grew up together. Nobody knew nothing about that. And you know what? I Googled this guy, man, Nick Khan.
Yeah.
They don't say where he was born. I mean, there's no Wikipedia page on him. And then, they have his biography and stuff like that. Don't say where he was born or whatever. It just says he's between 45 and 55 years old. Don't say, they say where he went to college, Southern California, but don't say where he was born or anything like that. And don't tell anything about his childhood, man, or whatever, who he grew up with. I think the WWE did that to cover, they covered it up. But yeah, him and Rock, yeah, him and Rock is tight.
That is nuts, man.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
Yeah. But nobody knew this. And like, he just out of the blue, he just come and say, oh yeah, we're friends. That's something somebody, would have wanted to know a while back. We could have put the two. Yeah, you could have put 2 and 2 together if you would have known that a while back.
Of course.
Yeah, but man, they covered this thing up well.
They really did, man. They really did.
Yeah.
Holy cow! I'm tripping.
Yeah, I figured that'll blow your mind, man. I figured that would blow your mind, man. I was just like, I'm just stunned. And I mean, I'm pretty sure there's other people gonna start talking about this. But I just found out this a couple hours ago. And I'm just like, wow. And then in the WWE, Fox is asking WWE, where's the stars, man? They want to know where the stars at. So WWE is so look for Ronda Rousey to come back in. Rock probably set up. Of course, he's probably going to be wrestling Roman Reigns in WrestleMania. Let's see. So he's probably going to end up showing up on SmackDown, maybe Raw sometime. I don't know, but he's probably going to be popping in and out. Then and you got other people moving up. I don't know what in the world why they think LA Knight is going to be a star, but they putting him on SmackDown. They putting Tommaso Ciampa. He's coming to SmackDown. Remember, he said he never move up.
Yep, they forcing him though.
Yeah. So they trying to build stars. They trying to find stars somewhere and make stars because, like I say, SmackDown. Fox is saying where's the stars. So Vince gonna have to reverse his decision and not letting people become stars, become big, and try to bring the aspect of Hollywood back in there and make some stars bigger than what they are. And that's the whole thing about, like, say, Orton right now is being set up to play in movies and all that. So so they doing this thing to try to make him even bigger. So they shining that thing up, man. They waxing it. They waxing that thing, man, like a doggone new Mercedes. They putting it out there, and to have this potential sale. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it is, man. It is. Yeah. So hey, get ready. Get ready because it's going down, man. This sale is going down, and The Rock, he's right in the midst of it. And I don't know why in the world Rock would come and do that, man, to Triple H, because but hey, they said they're saying Vince is destroying his baby. But Rock, from what I'm understanding, from what I'm seeing, and he's him and Nick Khan is best friends. Rock definitely had to have something to do with that, because if you look at NXT, that thing has turned totally Hollywood. It's not that the wrestling is bad on there. People talk about it's bad and everything. It looks like the same product. It's just that you look at the whole overall picture. You look at the images of the billboard that they don't put around it. That's what's done changed. I mean, as far as they done brought in new wrestlers and brought in bigger wrestlers and all that. But as far as the product, as far as wrestling go, they got a pretty decent show. And everybody is surprised. Everybody's talking about how Raw, especially this past week, Raw Monday night, how it was a whole night of good wrestling. Everybody said, the last few weeks has been, this year so far, Raw has been pretty good. And remember, it's just been horrible. But they done stepped it up. So, what do you do, man, when you want to sell something?
Yeah, you fix it up real good.
Yeah, you fix it up real good. So, man, they done stepped it up, getting the ratings back up a little bit more. And, you're cutting unneeded help, making the profits look better. So it's all rolling into place, man. And all they got to do, like, Rock is looking at everything. Rock just coming in. Rock, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's looking at the right people that come in with him that's not going to take over his power. Because when it boils down to it, he's going to have the power in there, but he's going to let his buddy Nick run it, because, Rock is going to be doing his thing in Hollywood. But he's going to let his boy Nick run it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Nick right now is doing everything. They let, Vince is letting Nick do everything. And Rock probably already told Vince, yes, I'm gonna buy it, and I got the investors to buy it, but go ahead and let Nick buy everything. But let's not let everybody panic. We don't want the stockholders to panic right now. And start unloading the stock, because when they do that, then after a while, that thing, it's gonna drop. So let them hold on to the stock right now and make it look like, hey, we're not selling, we're just trying to improve the product. But that's not what they're doing. They're improving it to sell it. So yeah. And I hear Rock was in on that Fox thing. When it was the potential, when it was almost sold it to Fox, completely sold it. Yeah, Rock was in the middle of the negotiations, man.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, so I mean, he's in there, man. He's definitely in there. He's part of this thing. So yeah, it's gonna end up. And Vince McMahon, the kind of person he is, when I think about it, he don't want to sell that thing to nobody he don't trust. And the way because he just came out and talked about how he loved the work that Shawn Michaels been doing, and all the work that Shawn Michaels did over there and over there NXT. He's proud of the work Shawn Michaels did in NXT. So I'm like, if you're proud of it, then why didn't you let when Triple H got sick? Why didn't you trust Shawn Michaels to continue to run the thing the way it was being run?
Exactly.
So he didn't trust Shawn Michaels, and he definitely doesn't trust his son-in-law. So he put all his trust in into The Rock. He said, "Oh, this is a successful man here. He's successful, and this is who I'm gonna sell it to. Somebody I can trust, just like he did the XFL. Somebody I can trust. If he wants to come back in it, he can be pulled back into it. I mean, Triple H and his wife, Triple H and Stephanie, probably had a whole different direction they wanted to take it. Because think about it. I mean, Vince ain't stupid. When Vince took over for his dad was warning him. He didn't want him to change the company. What Vince do? Vince changed the whole thing around, and then after he changed it around, Senior said, his dad said, I wouldn't have sold it to him if I knew he was going to do that. He regretted big time that he was going to do it. I believe Triple H and Stephanie had a whole different direction they wanted to take the company. And Vince like, no, I'm not going to let you do that. This is my baby, and it's going to stay like this. I mean, the man built an empire. He built a monster.
Yeah, he did.
And he doesn't want anybody changing it. So he brought in Rock, and then Rock and Nick Khan did what they wanted to do with NXT. They went ahead and made it all colorful and everything Hollywood. And that's the kind of thing that he likes. That's the kind of thing that Vince likes. And Rock has gotten rid of certain wrestlers and all that. He like, okay, we're going to keep these wrestlers down. We're not going to let it go too large. But now you got the dilemma of Fox coming in saying where the stars at. So Rock is going to come back and he's going to wrestle a little bit. He's going to bring people, some people up from NXT that got a name. Some people they already lost who has a name. They lost Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and some other people that have a name over there. But now he's going to bring people. Why do you think he's bringing these people up from NXT? Because they had a name. They have a name, and they have a potential. Well, like I say, everybody, even though they haven't been on the main roster, everybody that follows WWE knows these guys. Yeah. And a lot of people that watch AEW knows these guys too, because they was loyal fans. A lot of them was loyal fans of NXT. So, a lot of people know these guys. And then they come up, man. They something different from they something different from what you see on SmackDown. So they're gonna create a little bit of buzz. And then if you bring Ronda Rousey back, he's definitely gonna get some. He's definitely gonna get some casual fans.
She's gonna be coming back for Royal Rumble. So
yeah. And then he's definitely gonna get some casual fans interest from that when Rousey come back, and then Rock come. I mean, man, they can if Rock come and jump on SmackDown now and they advertise it, man. I'm sure they can get 4,000, 5,000. I mean, they can get 4 million. They probably get 4 million views, man. They probably jump up to 4 or 5 million views. I wouldn't doubt it at all. So man, they playing the game right. Only thing I think that kind of shocked them is when SmackDown said, "Where's the stars?" Because when it boils down to it, the only star on there, man, they really building up as a star is Roman. Yeah, Roman's pretty much the only star on there. I mean, then you get, I mean, everybody else you got to look at, man, is minor stars. I mean, Charlotte Flair is a star because of her name, pretty much. But I mean, she's a great wrestler, but they done built up to be a star over there. But as far as everybody else, man, they got stars, man, but they haven't built them up to be mega stars. And as far as Roman Reigns go, they haven't built him up to be a casual fan star like they have in the past. You know, where like they pushed John Cena out there to where he can be fans, what casual fans would tune in and see.
True mega star.
Yeah, he was the last true mega star. You know, so I mean, and that's why, when I look at AEW, AEW pulled in CM Punk. CM Punk is a huge star, but he's a huge star in wrestling. He didn't get to that he didn't get to John Cena's status. So,
good Lord.
Yeah. So outside of wrestling, man, not a lot of people knew about CM Punk. And CM Punk went into MMA and all that stuff, but he was only in that for a short time. And I mean, but outside of wrestling, man, John Cena, like you said, he was the only mega star, the only casual, star for that casual fans would tune in to see. And so, they have to bring Rousey back. They have to have the Rock in there. They have to bring in people they think they can make stars. They're looking at LA Knight and saying, look at his body, look at his look. This guy can be a major star, but I don't know if he can or not. I don't know if he got the promo skills and anything like that. So, but I'm pretty sure they got plans for him. So they need to do whatever they can to try to build that thing up to make it make him a mega star and make Ciampa a mega star. But definitely, I think The Rock and Nick Khan and Vince McMahon, he's involved in it too, because he's trying to make Austin Theory this major star. So I think all those guys right now, man, are doing what they can to build these guys up to be these mega stars. So they can get the best price for WWE. So, but that's basically it, man. So just wanted you to, I just wanted you to hear that news, man. But yeah, it blew my mind, man, when I found out Nick Khan and The Rock are best friends and been best friends for a long time.
Crazy.
Yeah, but this Beach Blast is on, man. I think I'm about to turn this thing on and check out check out a little bit of this Beach Blast. And I'm Harry Bernard Taylor for my man Christopher Burton.
People's Podcaster.
And we're out of here. See you later. Peace.